Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something cool to show you guys. And that cool thing is actually a follow-up to a video I made probably 2 to 3 years ago. Yeah, so I'm gonna explain it when I pull the dolls out, but basically there's these special, quote-unquote, Monster High dolls, and we're gonna be talking about them today, so let's get into it. So this is Candy. I have owned this doll for multiple years, and people have asked me before, what is she? Is she a custom? And I've answered it before, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to answer it again. Candy is a specially produced doll who is, how do I explain this? Basically, the MATTEL Indonesia factory, because they have a factory in both Indonesia and China, the Indonesia factory decides to do something special for their employees, where they make a special birthday doll that is given to the employees every year for their birthdays. Typically these dolls are Barbies, but Candy was the first doll who was produced in 2013 to use the Monster High head sculpt and Monster High body. She has a lot of reused accessories because I don't think they usually make new stuff for these dolls. Sometimes they do. But her purse is a recolor of Cupid's purse from Sweet 1600. They reused Ghoulia's cherry print to make her top. This is basically Draculaura's skirt in black. And her shoes are a recolor of Claudine's fashion pack, the one where she's playing soccer. Her hairstyle is also a light pink recreation of dance class Howlene's. The only thing original about this doll is her face. This is a completely new screening that was never present on any other Monster High doll. I love the side glands, and she has a special little flower that says 20 on her cheek, because I believe she either symbolized the 20th anniversary of the factory or the 20th anniversary of the PTMI dolls. I don't remember which one it is. So these dolls are pretty hard to get because they're only gifted to factory employees for their birthdays. Sometimes those employees sell their dolls off. I personally got mine directly from Indonesia for $18. I don't know how I didn't get scammed, but I didn't. She's here, touching her head. But there is a second PTMI doll that uses the Monster High head sculpt as well. That doll is Circa Magica. As you can see, the doll says from PTMI, which is the name of the factory. MI stands for Mattel Indonesia, and PT stands for the words limited company, but in the Indonesian language. Sorry, I don't know the exact words, but I believe that's what PTMI means. I was told that much. So at the top of the box, you can see that the doll was produced in 2013, and it is labeled as being not for sale, which is funny because I bought mine online, clearly for sale. It also says not for sale down here. On the back of the box, we have text that reads, "Happy birthday. Hi, I'm Circa Magica. Tonight I'm coming to your fabulous party to put a magic on your cake. So make your wishes and blow your candles. May all your dreams come true." Obviously, this is a bit of a rough translation. The original Indonesian text is down here as well. And it says, "Happy birthday, Circa Magica." And I believe these are, no, the designers are down here. Made with love by Sonia Saka, I hope I'm saying that right, Dewey Suharani, Sorry, I'm very bad at pronouncing stuff. I've read this, but I just trying to put the words into, I'm sorry. I feel so bad. There's also a crown on the side of the box here. And now let's focus on the actual doll. So Circa Magica is interesting because she uses Draculaura's face in a Monster High head sculpt, the sculpt being Draculaura's, but uses the body of an Ever After High doll. Also, the art down here is clearly inspired by Raven Queen from Ever After High. It also says birthday doll. Honestly, I would have been down for them using Raven's head for this doll, but I do like Circa Magica's face. I think it's very cute that they use Draculaura's. I don't know if there's anything down here. No. So, I got this doll on eBay. There is a seller on there currently as the time that I'm making this video who has like a ton of her. And these dolls do run a bit expensive. They tend to go for at least, I want to say $150, which is crazy, but kind of makes sense since these aren't really made to be sold to the public anyway. They are mass-produced, but in very small quantities. Like, I've heard that maybe there's 1,000 of each doll in circulation. I don't know if there's any merit to that, but that's what I've heard. So, just throwing that out there. So, I'm going to unbox Circa Magica, and I know that might sound blasphemous, like, why are you unboxing such a hard-to-find doll, Lizzie? because she's not really secured. As you can see, her body is not secured. All of the ties that are supposed to be holding her in place, even around her waist, have snapped. They're not in place anymore. Also, these dolls have very bad glue seepage historically. So, I'm preparing for there to just be a ton of mold behind her head from the glue. I feel like I see something already. No, that's just the rainbow behind her head. Did you guys know Circa Magica is gay? That's why there's a rainbow there. And Candy's her girlfriend. They're girlfriends. They're dating, these two. Get over it. Get over it. So, with that said, let's open this box up and discover the potential health hazard, which is mold. Okay, let's see it. Cool. Cool. Yep, there's mold in there. That's great. That's great. That's awesome. Honestly, that happened with Candy too. I was able to clean her up, and now you can't even tell that the back of her head was once moldy. If you're wondering what these black spots are, those are just the holes from the ties that were in the back of her head. They're just holes. It's not mold. I cleaned this doll so much that it's impossible for her to be moldy. If she's moldy, I'm gonna throw her outside. So obviously Miss Circa Magica needs some cleaning, but for now we're just gonna grab an Ever After High stand and take her out of the box, and I'm just gonna do the cleaning off camera. Sorry. So there we go. Took her out of the box, and as you can see, the mold is just extremely prevalent. Honestly, this happens a lot with Monster High dolls from between 2012 to 2013. I feel like that's the years that it's most common, because I think that's when glue seepage was at its worst. So, as you guys know, older Monster High dolls have glue seepage, and basically what that means is that the glue seeps out of their heads, and sometimes if they're left in the box, it creates mold. The glue just gets wet and attracts the fucking spores, I don't know. So this doll is unfortunately moldy. Fortunately, she doesn't seem to have as bad of yellowing as I was expecting. Like, her forehead does still look greasy as hell, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's anything unsalvageable. Like, I can clean her up. This doll uses Draculaura's face, as I mentioned, and it's really interesting to see a Draculaura face on a human skin-toned character. It's fascinating to me. This doll also has some reused accessories, as I mentioned, one of them being this necklace from Ghouls Night Out Spectra. She also reuses Briar Beauty's basic doll bracelet. You can see it from the rose. And I believe she's like Raven's skin tone, I want to say. Yeah, I think she's Raven's skin tone. This is my wonky Raven, by the way. She's very wonky, but I've had her since 2013. So her dress is pretty basic. It's just this purple piece of fabric that has something printed on it. I want to say it's like shooting stars or something. It kind of looks like stars. I don't know. I can't really tell what that is. Let's see what it is on the box art. Yeah, it looks like little shooting stars or something. And her dress is just a simple piece of pink fabric with glitter on it. It's very thin. It's just this like sort of thinner fabric. It's thick enough that it's not see-through, but yeah, she's also got this layer of tulle here that I believe has like little stars printed on it. Yeah, there's like little glitter stars and such. It's very cute. She also comes with a very basic purse. It's a silver, I believe this is used from a Monster High doll, but I don't know which one. That is currently rubber banded to her hand. Pretty cool. And yeah, I don't recognize the sculpt of this, but I know it's from a doll that I most likely have. I'm just not sure who. Yeah, I'm sometimes bad at recognizing sculpts off the top of my head. She also has some pink shoes, which again, these are recolored from Briar Beauty. It's a very nice sculpt, and I do believe this is a lighter color than the ones Briar comes with. Yeah, I was right. Briar's are a slightly darker pink, more on the magenta side. So yeah, Candy and Circa Magica are the only two dolls produced under the PTMI, I guess, line, the PTMI line that use Monster High head sculpts and or bodies, because Circa Magica uses an Ever After High body. So yeah, these two are pretty fascinating. As I mentioned, they're typically only available to factory employees due to being given to them as gifts on their birthdays in their respective year. So both of these dolls have been out of production basically since the year they came out. Candy was produced in 2012 and Circa Magica in 2013. They were given to the employees for their birthdays that year and then never produced again, because that's how PTMI dolls are. They're a limited run and they're only given to factory employees, but sometimes if you have connections to the factory, you can end up with some, which is what happened with the seller that I got Circa Magica from. I believe they made a post to Facebook saying something about it and then posted a bunch on eBay, so I paid around $120 for her, which is a lot, but I don't mind it because I only paid $18 for Candy. Candy tends to be the more expensive of the two, ironically. I'm guessing it's because she uses the Monster High body sculpt as well. I don't know. But yeah, overall these two are super cute, and I'm happy to have them both finally because I've wanted Circa Magica for years. I've been trying to get her for years. Well, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm kind of keeping my distance away from them because I need to clean her. So, the video's gone on long enough. Feel free to leave your thoughts on Circa Magica in the comments below. And as always, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!